Thank you, Madam Sergeant at Arms. We will now initiate the evaluation speech contest. I will begin with an overview of the speech contest procedures for the benefit of our guests and newer members. A model speaker will present a 5 to 7 minute speech. I will introduce this speaker by stating their name, their speech title, the speech title again, and the name again. At the conclusion of the model speech, the contestants will be taken to a breakout room for 5 minutes to make notes for their evaluations. At the end of the 5 minutes, the Sergeant at Arms will collect their notes and bring the contestants back to the room, one at a time, to return their notes and present their evaluation. In this speech evaluation contest, we will hear each evaluator's feedback in a 2 to 3 minute speech. Winners will have an opportunity to advance and compete and become the District 66 champion of evaluations. For those of you in this room, we encourage applause after each contestant is introduced until the contest master takes their seat. There will be 1 minute of silence after each contestant finished speaking for the judges to make their ballots. After the final contestant, I will ask for silence until the chief judge and counters have left the room with all of the ballots. I will introduce each contestant in the same way. Audio check, contestant number, contestant name, and contestant name again. I have drawn for the speaking order, which I will announce now, so you can mark your programs. Contestant 1 is LuAnn Hunt. Contestant 2 is Carlos Hutcherson. All contestants have been briefed and deemed eligible to participate. Mr. Chief Judge, distinguished Toastmaster Nelson Ayala, have all the participants been briefed?
Yes, they have. Mr. Contest Master, the judges, timers, and vote counters have been briefed. Are there any questions from the contestants? Hearing no questions, the briefings are complete. Let the contest begin.
Yes, let's let the evaluation contest begin. Madam Model Speaker, can you clearly see the timers?
Yes, I can.
Are you ready?
Yes, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can everyone? Yeah. We can hear you.
All right. Yes, I am ready.
All righty. Model Speaker Chaitali Roy. Her speech title is Life Lessons. Life Lessons. Chaitali Roy.
2018, and my life was like this tangled wires. A confusing labyrinth of missed opportunities, and I was also getting frustrated with this mismatched socks. Contest chair and my fellow Toastmasters, have you ever felt like that? I know, I had this grand vision though, that I will not get frustrated and walk on the path of life without getting frustrated and waste no time. But instead, I was not doing anything. No actions were being taken. Instead, happily was scrolling through my phone, checking the internet, was lost in the virtual wilderness like a lost explorer in the forest. A wake-up call came when I got the news that my best friend, who was same age as me, died. She was happy, she was healthy, and she was vibrant. She had a massive heart attack Why? How? Don't know. I don't know. But one thing I know is she was doing the same thing what I was doing, scrolling through the internet, getting lost in the virtual wilderness. That shook me to the core. And I realized we have only one life to live and limited time and energy. Aftermath of this revelation, I decided I need to do something about my life. I started following these 3 principles. Principle number 1 is about the relationship. Finding those few people who has the most positive impact on my life. I immediately booked my ticket, went to India, and spent the time with my mentor, Energizer Bunny on steroid, and positivity guru, my dearest 90-year-old mom. We spent a quality time with each other. Instead of, again, scrolling on the phone or checking my emails, sometimes we just sat there listening to each other. At those special moments, I realized these are the special moments which are fulfilling my life. Principle number 2 is about the priorities. Finding those actions which sparkles your day, which makes you happy. My mentor also asked me, what makes you happy? What sparkles your day? When I dig deep down, I realized helping others, helping at the soup kitchen, volunteering at the Feed More, and feeding the hungry soul. As Mother Teresa said, if you cannot feed 100 people, just feed one, using the same philosophy. When I fed the hungry soul, the smile brought me the joy. It gave me the energy. It's like taking a straight shot of espresso. Gives you the instant energy. Principle number 3 is very common, but it's really hard, and we all face it. It's avoid stress. We all have different stressors. For me, I worry too much about who's saying what. I love chocolate. Ooh, I love Costco chocolate cake, Indian sweets, all cocoa-induced crisis. But I don't know how many slices of cake is socially acceptable. How many chocolates can I have? I worry about too much about who's going to see me. How many chocolates can I have? How many slices of cake can I have? It's hard, but I'm working on it. So, my dear friends, life is too short to waste. Don't sweat over the small stuff like this mismatched socks. It's okay to wear the mismatched socks. Using these 3 principles, principle number 1, spending time with your loved one. Principle number 2, finding the priorities. What sparkles your day? What makes you happy? Principle number 3, avoiding the stress. Using these 3 principles, My life is not exactly on the straight line, but I think it's getting better and better. So, cheers to the life filled with laughter and chocolate in moderation. Contest chair.
All right, please remain silent until the contestants have left the room. Timer 2, please provide an audible alert in 5 minutes. While we wait, let's get to know our model speaker, Chaitali. Chaitali, thank you for being our model speaker today. How long have you been in Toastmasters?
I started the Toastmasters from 2019.
Wow, 2019.
Mhm.
What personal or professional impact since that time has Toastmasters made as far as your experience, and also how has it helped with your experience in the training?
Well, Toastmaster is like, for me, became like a learning mecca. I have gained so much confidence because coming from the other country, from India, I learned so much here in the Toastmasters about the communication styles and leadership styles, and professionally, personally, it just helped me so much.
Well, that's awesome. So to newer Toastmasters, the newest group, what advice would you have as far as your journey? Obviously, you've had about a 5-year journey in Toastmasters, and I'm sure starting with Toastmasters at the beginning is totally different than how you feel now. So as far as the journey, how would you speak with the newest people on their 5-year journey?
Well, with the newest people, I would say that keep going, and every day you learn something new. And just not that you learn, you also get so many friends. You meet them online or in person. It's like win-win situation. You spend maybe few hours a week and you gain the communication skill, confidence skill, and whole lot of friends.
That's amazing. And you gave a very passionate speech today. What was the driving force behind your speech that you gave today?
Well, this was very personal because it did happen very recently, and I did make a visit to India. So it was very personal. Um, and we spent so much time, especially I spent so much time on the social media. And I really realized that this is not the life I should lead. I should have a better choice. I should make the better choices. So that started with that. And then I started talking to my mentor and other friends and folks in my club and other clubs. Then I'm like, okay, I can do this.
That's amazing. And also, still sticking with your speech, you did an excellent job with, um, other items to add to the value of your speech. So explain what value that adds to a speech when you have things like the coffee cup and the wiring and things like that. Props. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you.
Well, personally, I like the props, and I think the speech, it makes more impact because some of us are visual and some of us are are good in listening. And for me personally, I feel that the props makes a bigger impact, and hence use this props.
Excellent. And my last question for you, and I will let you off the hook. You gave a great speech today, but explain the stress of being the model speaker, because you're going to have two people giving you evaluations. So is that pretty stressful? Because when I think about it, I've never done it before myself. But did that add any stress to your speech?
Nope, it's not. Because that's one of the thing I learned, especially from my mentor, Venus, that it's a feedback. So, it's for your good. And you take it and you analyze it, what can you improve? What can you do better next time?
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your speech, and you're officially off the hook. So thank you.
Thank you for giving me the chance.
Go ahead and take another break. Ellie needs to test her backgrounds. Chaitali, you were absolutely right. They stopped working.
Oh.
So I will ask Ellie to please put your time. Actually, even Anthony could put your time in the. Oh, there's our 5-minute warning. Perfect. Ellie, will you test your backgrounds again? Fantastic. So if for any reason, Ellie, something breaks when the contestants are up, make sure that you send a text message or a chat message to Anthony. Anthony, can you see the chat in case she needs to reach out to you to replace her?
Yes, I can.
Great, thank you.
Okay, I will do that next time. Sorry about that.
No problem. I saw 5 minutes, so
Yep,
we should,
so Nelson
we need
should
to
be
let,
Nelson.
Nelson should be sending one good. He said he had his own timer.
So contestant number one, can you clearly see the timers?
Hold on. Yes, I can.
Oops, we're in a holding back. Sorry.
Okay. See two little blue boxes over there.
Yep. We're ahead of technology at this point. So. There we go. We're good?
Yes.
All right. You can clearly see the timers?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Our next contestant, number one, is LuAnn Hunt. LuAnn Hunt. So thank you.
Thank you, contest chair. Fellow Toastmasters. What a good life lesson we got today, listening to our speaker. She did a fabulous job. And doing it on Zoom is not so easy either, but she did a lot of things right. And it gives me great pleasure to be able to share some of those things with you today. And they also can be used right here when we are in person. First off, I want to say I am so sorry about her friend that passed, but it helped her realize some of the important life lessons she needed to learn. I think definitely some of the strengths that she shared in this presentation was how she used her hands and how she brought items into the picture that we could see. For instance, the Christmas tree lights that were all tangled up, that kind of showed the way she was at the beginning. Even the mismatched socks, that would bother me too. Her phone, and she used that several times, and I thought that was great. And then that little espresso cup that she also used at the end was a great way to share something visually on Zoom. And that can also be done in person. I think the 3 points that she shared, one being spend time with your loved ones, what sparkles your day, and then also don't worry about the stresses like chocolate. And trust me, I do not worry about chocolate. I eat as much as I want, almost. But that was good, having 3 points that really kind of brought it together. Now, what maybe could she improve upon? I'm not sure that there was a whole lot, but I did notice one little thing that she might want to pay attention to, and that is that she would lick her lips a few times. And to work on that, either record yourself while you're practicing or look in the mirror while you practice and make sure you don't repeat that over and over. You know, one of the things that she said that really stuck with me was spending time with her 90-year-old mother. Now, that is a life lesson. Somebody who's been around 90 years has a lot to teach us. My father-in-law is 94, going on 95. He has a lot to teach me, and I love spending time with him. I want to thank our speakers so much for giving us a reminder of life lessons. Thank you.
A timer 2, could you please provide an audible alert at the end of our 1 minute of silence?
One minute is up.
Contestant number 3, can you clearly see the timer? Oh, I'm sorry, number 2.
Yes,
Are you ready?
I am.
All right, contestant number 2, Carlos Hutchinson. Carlos Hutchinson. You're gonna tell me when to start, or do I just start? Where's? Can't see. Where should he speak?
This is the audience. This is the virtual audience, and this is where the speaker.
Hello, I loved your speech. And this is a tough evaluation, meaning it's tough for me, not tough for you. I thought you started out great. I loved your props. The not ball of twine, but the ball of wire. That was good. From your speech, what I was receiving was it seemed as if it was an inspirational speech, and I saw how you separated things, how you started out with the struggle, frustration, the twine, the wire that's wrapped, the mismatched socks, the frustration. I think you used it, used a lot of the expressionable words, and I could hear it in your voice. One thing I would, and I could hear you clearly, your volume was great. On a couple words, the pronunciation I couldn't quite catch, but I definitely caught your speech. You went from the frustration to the awakening, is what I would call it. I think you said your friend passed, and that made you reevaluate everything. And I would consider that seemed to be the middle part of your speech. And then the third part was the victory. You found out your life lessons. You only have one life to live, and I like you how you kind of set up your 90-year-old mentor, your mom. I thought that was good. I thought it was excellent. You gave us something to take home, the 3 principles: relationship, priorities, and to avoid stress, which are great principles. But I like how you tied it in. I thought at the end, when you pulled that wire out again, I thought you were gonna pop it out, and it's straight, now it's straight, and you figured it all out, and that's your life lesson, one life to live. But I saw how you did it, and it looked like you were trying to do that. I thought that was great with your props, though, the espresso cup, the phone, the mismatched socks, and I thought it was an excellent speech. Thank you.
Counter, would you accompany me to the?
Thank you. Okay, please remain silent until the judges have completed their ballots and the counters have left the room with the chief judge.